healthy food for calves, for baby cows. I mean, milk is for babies, literally. We're the only species that drinks milk of another species.
Yep, that was my moment, guys. It's ironic how it just took one phrase. We're the only species that drink milk from another species. I don't know why that connected with me, but it did. Like, that's strange. I had a friend tell me about 10 years ago. He was like, bro, you hate being lied to. And I didn't understand what he meant, but now I do. I don't know if you remember those Got Milk commercials. They got me because I was drinking so much milk thinking I was nourishing my body. And after doing research, I discovered that most of those commercials were paid by the milk industry. Now that's a conflict of interest if I ever seen one before. That's how my journey started. I started educating myself more and started searching for these lies.
Drinking milk from cows. If y'all don't know, they are legally allowed to have 135 million pus cells in 1 cup of milk. Now, these are all the things that's in the milk right here. Eczema, acne, kidney disease, arthritis, asthma, tooth decay. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Milk is not good for your bones at all, or your teeth. That's a big myth we've been told. You increase your risk of getting cancer, asthma, because all the mucus in there, there's mad mucus in milk. We are not baby cows, therefore we don't need cow milk, all right? We are the only species to continue drinking milk after being babies. That's basically like a human breastfeeding for a cow. The cow is not gonna need that milk. As humans, we are all lactose intolerant. Cow milk or dairy does not belong in our body, all right? We need to produce the lactase enzyme to break down lactose, which naturally isn't in our body. So we're confusing our body, which promotes disease, my people. Stop drinking this. Drink hemp seed milk.
Proof you are not designed to eat meat. Now, you can't hunt down and rip apart raw flesh like anything else in the wild. Now, the carnivore is specifically designed to rip apart raw flesh and eat it raw. If I put a live pig in front of you, you can't eat it. We're designed to eat plants and vegetables. Furthermore, the colon of a herbivore is about 3 times longer than a carnivore. Carnivores produce a certain type of chemical called hydrochloric acid, and we do not produce that chemical, so when we consume meat, we make the body acidic. We produce mucus, which creates disease in the body. Now, Dr. Sebi knew this, and he cured people of cancer, AIDS, you name it. He cured it by introducing them to an alkaline diet, vegan diet. Now, before you guys are like, where do you get your protein from? This guy has never eaten meat ever in his whole entire life. Niemi Delgado. This woman is over 70 years old. She's a raw vegan. Over 70 years old. Look at her. Look at her skin.
That's why you should limit your meat consumption. Animals and humans have something called a nociception. This is when the nerves in the skin senses something is harmful and communicates that to the spinal cord. These motor neurons activate movements to protect ourselves from threat. This allows us to know when there is a threat and to adjust accordingly. According to the law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. We know domesticated animals feel pain, so that means all animals feel pain. And when they die, where does that energy go? To us, and we consume it. I'm not telling you what to do, but be mindful.
At first, I was like, feet, as a joke. But bro, I don't think it's a joke anymore.
You don't need animal protein.
Protein in plant foods. As I often point out to people, all protein is initially made by plants. Any protein you find in animal tissues is actually recycled plant protein. So you don't need to have animal protein. And not only don't you need it, but you shouldn't have it because animal protein is toxic to our systems in a lot of ways. It damages the kidneys and can accelerate loss of kidney function, damages our blood vessels, and can promote the development of atherosclerosis and heart disease. And it's also been linked to a number of different cancers. So animal protein is not only is it not necessary, it is healthier to avoid it. I actually have a detailed lecture called Are Humans Designed to Eat Meat?, which is a comparative anatomy study looking at mammalian carnivores, mammalian herbivores, and then humans to show that we have the jaw structure, the dental complement, the digestive tract, and the physiology of a committed herbivore. As I said before, animal protein actually causes a lot of problems in our physiology if it's ingested over a long period of time, which is why diets that are high in animal foods are associated with higher levels of chronic disease and also earlier death. Around the world, studies show that the more plant-based the diet, the greater the longevity and the lower the risk for 1, all-cause mortality, and 2, chronic disease. Absolutely, it is not necessary.
Of the drastic changes that have been happening in the food system. Some of you may recall that I was here at this event last year warning that these products were coming. And today they're everywhere. All kinds of restaurants and fast food, health food stores like our local food co-op. There's plant-based biotechnology options with more showing up all the time. Last time I was here speaking, I listed companies that were producing these products. And over the past year, I've seen the biotech food world, along with biotech medicine, biotech beauty products, and more have exploded. I can't even begin to keep up. They claim they'll use less water, and they will provide meat, milk, and egg type products without the fear of African swine flu or bird flu. It's food, safe from the laboratory. Using machine learning to mix and match aspects of life to make their synthetic biology dreams a reality, startups and new brand names are popping up all around the world. And this is spreading everywhere. The technology has been licensed, and incubators, accelerators, and conferences around the world are fueling this. In 1921, Henry Ford said, "The cow must go," proposing that milk should be made synthetically. And in 1931, Winston Churchill wrote about the future, when it would be possible to grow chicken breast or wings without having to grow a whole chicken. Science fiction has explored these ideas many times. These technologies have long since been introduced into the food and medical systems. The experiment got started back in the 1970s when science first produced a nature-identical insulin by introducing the insulin-carrying gene into a bacterium, causing it to copy what people generate naturally in their bodies. They've tampered with cheese too. In 1990, the FDA decided that laboratory-produced rennet, sourced from yeast and bacteria, was safe. Traditionally, cheese was made by utilizing the fourth stomach of an exclusively milk-fed calf. In the March 25, 1990 edition of the New York Times, a spokesman for the FDA is quoted as saying that the real advantage is that it is probably a much cheaper way of producing this substance than to grow calves. And in the same article, a spokesman for Pfizer, the drug company that developed this cost-cutting method, said that the market must have been in the tens of millions of dollars. The people working in this space are aware that normal people, busy people, are not likely to do much investigation to determine what they should and should not be eating. They know this, and they know you'll likely outsource authority to a trusted source. Sports stars and movie stars turning to these new plant-based foods, sometimes investing in the technologies. They know you're watching these people, and they want them to influence you. More and more celebrities are investing in this biotechnology space. Jay-Z, Trevor Noah, Leonardo DiCaprio, Katy Perry, the list goes on. They are situating themselves to profit off this food experiment. And the manufacturers are happy to have the backing of these people who can make eating highly processed artificial food look cool. Groups like the Good Food Institute are banking on people not caring that they're shifting the food system over to these high-tech production methods. They say that so long as it's cheap, easy, and tastes good, most people won't even care if their burger comes from a cow, a bacteria, or a bioreactor.
So they just shadow banned me, y'all. Make sure y'all share this video, share these videos, let everybody know we can get the message out. And make sure you like them so YouTube gonna have to kick these out.
Hey, can you turn my headphones up, please? Right there? Thank you, Crip. Hey, you want the answer, better ask me. I'm so sick with the flow. Ain't no backseat. Ain't nothing funny like a bad dream. I'm stumbling off the drink like I'm old. They got a bad knee. This video got me stuck. Ooh, this chain too exclusive. Spitting in the booth like I'm toothless. Put up in the coop and it's ruthless. No excuses. Were some white ones the first day, then they useless. Hey, I'm slizzing off the juice. Hey, homie got a problem in his Mac with solutions. No cap, I refuse to. Icky blicky, I stay with.